guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So we just had the part 2 video play, which gave us some preliminary details on the rest of the celebration, right? Including a look at the part 2 summon LRs. Now, it is funny, I'm seeing a lot of people wanted Saiyan Saga, actually, because it's had so little representation in Dokkan, going into the anniversary. But people, for the most part, don't seem to be too happy that these LRs are the part 2 LRs, Goku and Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. Personally, I do think it's fine. I think Saiyan Saga probably still could get some celebration at some point, but the Saiyan Saga doesn't have Super Saiyan transformations, which are the big money makers. So I never really saw this as like a major like anniversary worthy celebration, right? I don't think so. The Goku and Vegeta fight is definitely sick, but for like the likes of these games and stuff like that, like they're never pushing like this fight as like one of those like crazy ones, like, you know, Gohan versus Cell or something like that. So looks like it is going to be a Kaioken Goku. There's a lot of details here. We were watching it over on 5.9. Goresh was translating a bunch of the details and stuff like that. So we have a lot of stuff that they did sort of show, right? A lot of it is very obvious, basic stuff relating to part 3 of the anniversary. If you guys are not aware how they do things with these free-to-play units during these anniversary type celebrations is part 1, you're able to grind up the SSR. Part 2, you can awaken them, and then in part 3, you can EZA them. And then that's how these free-to-play units are going to work right here. The LR, the LR Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, the Vegeta and Bulma, as well as the Goku and Chi-Chi. At the moment, all 3 of those units are not really the greatest. I mean, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks are at least decent, but the 2 duo units, they suck. They're just horrible. So they need a lot when they EZA. I do think Dokkan is going to give them what they need, though, and actually make them, like, relevant units, right? So that'll be good. There were some other preliminary details. This is going to be the part 3 co-op campaign, right? I assume the points needed for this is just going to be to do, like, the EZA areas and the EZAs. My expectation currently is that the part 3 summonable LR EZA is going to be the 3rd year anniversary Goku and Vegeta. The Vegeto and Physical Gogeta LRs. That's what I think we're going to get in terms of the part 3 EZA. We should find out, honestly, from V-Jump. And V-Jump could come in as little as 24 hours, I think. We should find out who the summonable LR and like EZAs are, unless they don't show it in V-Jump, which is always possible. That's what they showed last year. Last year, we found out that Goku and Frieza were going to EZA from V-Jump. So you do want to keep that in mind. Okay, there's not really too many other details. I mean, here's just part 3 missions. They talk a little bit about the Ultimate Red Zone. Apparently, the producer made a comment about, like, Broly and Omega, or the upcoming stages, being harder than the God event. But it's like, dude, Baby is already the most difficult enemy in the game by far. Like, I don't know. Here, where's... Baby is actually, like, insane. Considering there's 3 fights after him, probably going to go Super 17. I assume this is going to end with at least Nova and Ice. This might be the other 6 Shadow Dragons, and then the final fight is just against Omega himself. Is sort of what I would expect to see. Like, I can imagine the first phase here being, like, you know, just against, like, the 4 weakest Shadow Dragons. And then, you know, you would fight, like, Ice and Nova or something like that. Like, would make sense. But, like, dude, like, Omega and then Broly for the movie side. Like, I just wonder, they're probably going to be so crazy. Way stronger than any God boss. Alright, so then we get, you know, they're talking about the battle hour. The data download for Goku and Vegeta, I don't know exactly when it's going to be, because the units need to be tweeted out first, I would assume. I expect we're going to see we might see the tweets soon. They mentioned it in the broadcast that they're going to be tweeting the units out. I think we could see it either, like, you know, in a couple of minutes, or it could be tonight around like 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern, or it could be, you know, the 16th at like 3 a.m. We'll see. Like, it's going to be dropping somewhere in here. The data download very well could be tonight as well. It's very possible, right? We'll see what is going to happen, right? Okay, so let's keep going. And in the data download, they should add the ability to like Bandai Namco ID link, which will be for the battle hour, right? Because they're gonna be displaying people's data, you know, people who apparently summon the most and have the most login days, you know, those types of things. So that'll be interesting to see. Then we get to the part 2 LRs. So the 2 LRs, we have LR Kaioken Goku. Obviously, I think Kaioken Goku, to me, is a good pick for the Part 2 LRs. Again, I know a lot of people are not the most excited about the fact that they're using Saiyan Saga here, but for me, I'm just worried about right now, and Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga is way freaking better than what we've seen prior, right? I'm talking Broly, Chile, and Lemo, 17 in Golden Frieza, these very wonky units, because the issues with them, even LR Rose, the problem with all these Part 2 LRs, you know, the last couple of years, is their usage is very limited, right? Like, it's these characters have nothing to do with each other. Broly, Chile, and Lemo, how often have you used them if you got them, right? Like, never. That's the biggest problem with these characters. But Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta, dude, are not going to have these problems, right? Like, these units are probably going to be mainstays on people's teams. So it's one of these things where people are complaining now, but I think this is actually going to end up being very good, that this is what they went with the Part 2 LRs. So again, let me just quickly take a glance at what their categories are probably going to be. Like, oh, goddamn, the damn ads. Goku is going to be Kaioken. So we'll pull up this one right here. This will probably be the closest to what this Goku will end up on. We'll see. One of the most important things, too, is that we do really need these characters to have good leader skills. When I've been doing the Ultimate Red Zone, I've found that I really don't see, like, a weakness in a lot of characters, like, in the event, compared to, like, the fact that the leader skill, the overall team, feels weak, because it's like running like 150% lead in there, you're leaving like an extra 100% of a buff off on the table. So I think it's very important that these characters have very, very good leader skills. Now, I don't know if they'll introduce new categories, probably not. But like, look at Vegeta. Vegeta is probably going to get a lot of play. If he's got big bad bosses, he is going to be really solid. So I'm definitely excited for that. That's the Goku right there, and then of course we have Vegeta right here. Vegeta does have a Great Ape transformation, which is definitely pretty good, right? So, alright, let's go ahead and take a look at some preliminary info here from Goresh. So, Goku is STR. He has an intro animation, if there is an enemy whose name includes Vegeta. If it activates, he gets Ki and extra attack, okay. He has an active skill, which increases his attack, does damage, and stuns the enemy. 18 Ki super attack does damage to himself, but he massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn. 12 Ki also does Meg Colossal as well. Okay, so it's like, Namek Goku. Okay, interesting. Then of course we also have Great Ape Vegeta here. He does an intro animation if the enemy has a name that includes Goku. Guard activated against all attacks. Oh, man. When Guard is activated, he gets additional Ki and attack. Oh, that looks good. Okay. I like that. Upon fulfilling certain conditions, you can launch an active skill which allows Vegeta to transform into Great Ape, where he'll be immune to damage for 1 turn. And his 18 Ki is an AoE. So, there we go. There are the Part 2 LRs. LR Great Ape Vegeta, as well as LR Kaioken Goku. They did give us some glimpses of the animations here, but it's just sort of like really like cut up parts, right? It's not like the actual like full things. We'll wait for the units to actually get tweeted out, and then we shall see. Actually, They are being tweeted out right now. Okay. Well, I'm gonna upload this and then I guess we'll cover that separately. Alright. KAIOKEN Goku, Grade 8 Vegeta, Part 2 LRs. I'm hyped. Fine for me.